What's happening, family, and welcome back to another episode. Dragon Canoe in the building. We're just wave surfing again. You know how we do it. We're not doing too much. We're just staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek. We're talking lost tribes and promised land, the seed of Abraham. Let me know what y'all think, man. Leave a note in the comments. I'm going to break it down for you. We're not going to get too far into it. I'm going to use the book of Deuteronomy and go ahead and obliterate the subjects we have for you today and keep it going, man. Keep putting up shots. Keep doing our thing, man. Like I said, simple and plain. This one's for you, O Jacob. Let's rock. Halal.
If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed, and ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy God. And it shall come to pass, that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught. And ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it.
With ties to Tampa are facing federal charges tonight. They're at the center of what investigators are calling a multi-million-dollar conspiracy involving money laundering, forced labor, and abuse. This follows multiple FBI raids this morning, including at a home in the affluent Avalon neighborhood in Hillsborough County. This was part of a nationwide takedown.
You say, I don't have 100,000, but you have 20,000. You have 50,000 here, or you have 10,000.
That's video of David Taylor asking viewers to send money to his church. Federal authorities now say Taylor used donations to fund an extravagant lifestyle that included this massive mansion in Tampa's affluent Avila community. FBI agents raided the home Wednesday morning. It's unclear what authorities took from the home. This view from Skyfox shows several cars lined up with gift bows on top. Neighbors say the 10-bedroom, 10.5 bathroom, 28,000 square foot mansion is one of the largest in Avila. To the 23-page federal indictment, this house is one of several properties throughout the country purchased by Taylor's Kingdom of God Global Church. He's the pastor and referred to himself as an apostle, according to court documents. The indictment alleges Taylor recruited people to work at call centers, referring to them as armor bearers. Investigators say they were his, quote, personal servants who fulfilled Taylor's demands around the clock and were never paid. Taylor and executive director Michelle Brannon are accused of controlling nearly every aspect of the workers' lives, cutting them off from family and forcing them to take contraceptives. Human trafficking advocates say it's a devastating situation. And authorities say if the workers failed to reach Taylor's monetary goals, they faced punishment, including public humiliation, food and shelter restrictions, sleep deprivations, and physical and psychological abuse. The Crisis Center of Tampa Bay's CEO says these victims will likely face a long recovery. As for the folks who lived with alleged human trafficking, fraud, and money laundering happening in their backyards.
I hope it's not true, but if it is, he deserves everything he's going to get.
Hey, man, I saw this one. At first, I wasn't going to include it because it's just a shame, a damn shame. Dude should be ashamed of himself. He shamed his whole family and everybody that knows him. Out here looking crazy, making us all look bad. But it just goes to show you, man, what the prosperity gospel, JC, and that whole rabbit hole will get you. Nowhere fast. You end up with a Fed charge, doing hard time, looking bad. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. We're going to keep it moving. This was just the intro. I got to build my case here. One step at a time. Let's rock.
4, both black and white prosperity preachers have scammed millions of dollars from faithful black parishioners living in American slums. 5, it is an undeniable fact that Christianity has been a tool of oppression for black people all throughout the world. And yet today, Black Americans identify as Christians at a staggering 79%, higher than any other group in this country. So the question is, why are Black people still Christians? And while we're at it, I actually think there's a more pressing, more existential question that needs an answer. Does God hate Black people? In nearly every country, on every continent around the world, darker-skinned people are treated poorly. By nearly every measurable standard, so-called Black people are at the bottom of the social hierarchy. I mean, I don't know. You'd think that God would help us out a little bit. We've been through a lot, God. Maybe there's a Bible verse that we can look to. And the Lord will make you the head and not the tail. You shall be above only and not be beneath. Who is this verse about? Not only do Black people identify as Christians at a higher rate, half of Black Americans report attending church at least once a week. I was one of them. In fact, I was a pastor for a number of years. I've preached all over the country and world. I've given Bible studies. I've baptized folks. I have been in it, and these questions have been nagging me for a while. So in this video, we're going to get some answers.
First things first, let me put it out there. I don't really rock with this dude, and I don't really trust him. Just saying. But I think his video and the concept, does God hate Black people, is intriguing and something we can use to go ahead and let everybody know what's going on right now, man. We got to fill them in, man, because apparently people are lost. They don't know what's going on. Everything's just happening to them right now. But we're going to break it down one step at a time. Let's go.
But I also spoke to Dr. Anthony B. Penn.
My birth name is Anthony Bernard Penn, but most folks over the course of my life called me Tony.
He's a religious scholar, former pastor just like me, and now an atheist. And I think his perspective is important in this conversation.
Where is the historical evidence to support the claim that God is on the side of the oppressed? Right? What is the historical evidence that suggests God is on the side of Black folks in North America working on their behalf? Because every moment of progress has been countered. Does God hate Black people? I mean, I think that's an important question, a question that too many Black theists have ignored. Right? If you look at our experience, it is overwhelmingly tied to suffering. And true, all folks suffer, but this is disproportionate and unto death. And it ought to force us to raise the question: if God is loving, kind, just, and compassionate and concerned with folks and can make stuff happen, and Black folks still suffer disproportionately, then maybe that God doesn't like Black people. Because white folks in general, right, as a group, seem to be doing all right. Black folks as a whole, not doing so well. And forget about the kind of misery that Black women face. There is an overwhelming experience of misery. And again, if God is loving, kind, just, compassionate, concerned with folks and can make stuff happen, and Black folks are disproportionately suffering, then maybe God doesn't like Black folks. It's a question that's got to be wrestled with. And Black Christians in particular haven't wrestled with it because they read the Bible assuming they are the favored community. Right? They are the equivalent of the children of Israel. But if you look at our experience in the context of North America, you can make a reasonable argument, perhaps a more reasonable argument, that we are the Canaanites, the Moabites, the Hittites, the folks who get a whooping. Right? So it seems to me that is a question that is central, that has to be wrestled with, but Black theists have ignored it.
Hey, and for real, I really don't trust him. It just look on his face, how he looking. I don't really rock with him either. To be honest with you, I had to dodge a lot of hijack. But we gonna get what we need to get. I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe he's a Moabite, but we know who we are. We follow the book. We do our research. We stay in check. We search for the Melchizedek. Simple and plain. If it ain't in you, it ain't for you. It is what it is. But another key thing is we ain't all the same. Just because we share skin folk ain't all kinfolk, like I said. But we gonna get it. Don't worry. We're gonna use Deuteronomy and break it down one step at a time.
Keep therefore the words of this covenant, and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do. Ye stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp, from the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water, that thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his oath, which the Lord thy God maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a God, as he hath said unto thee, and as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that standeth here with us this day before the Lord our God, and also with him that is not here with us this day.
Explosion of wildfires in central California that were sparked by lightning. Hundreds of people have been forced from their homes. The fires burned through nearly 14,000 acres in the Sierra Nevada. Jonathan Vigliotti is at the scene. Jonathan, good morning.
We didn't come back. No, this house would be gone.
During our interview with Lane Smith,
Cutting, that's been going off all day.
that loud bang caught us off guard.
If we hadn't got here,
is that a gas tank?
I don't have no idea what it is, but there's been stuff blowing up over there since last night.
While dozens of structures have been destroyed, Smith's four-generation family home survived. He also jumped in to help his neighbors.
And there's a ton of brush, hauling it away, trying to get away from all this, and all this is catching on fire, and we were shoveling, all of us running and shoveling like a bunch of wild men. It's just a small town. Like, I know everybody that owns all these ranches all the way around us, and they're the ones here providing water trucks, heavy equipment, everything else.
The massive lightning-fueled fire southeast of Sacramento ravaged the historic Gold Rush-era town known as Chinese Camp, named for the immigrant miners who settled here. Hundreds of firefighters are battling the inferno caused by thousands of lightning strikes recorded across the region. CAL FIRE Battalion Chief David Acuna warns the effects of that lightning storm might not be known for days.
Your house has survived, but you're in a neighborhood, a community that has been leveled. Do you stay?
Yeah, I stay. I got the right people. I know good people live here, and we've got friends with equipment. We'll have it cleaned up before long.
Hey man, take a look around you. Shit ain't sweet. And if you're blessed to not be stressed like these folks, whole houses and communities being swept away and burnt down left and right, man, you just gotta give all praise to the Most High above, because it could easily be you. But as we can see, things are changing. It's not always us on the news anymore. We're talking about dudes talking about we gonna stay and rebuild. What? It's all burned down. And the worst part about it is they saying it's lightning strikes. So like, what justification do you have to say that, you know, you can even rebuild? I mean, if it out of nowhere, lightning could just take everything you have. All praise to the Most High, man. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a note in the comments. It's wicked out here.
And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day. And the Lord thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land, for good. For the Lord will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul. For this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee, neither is it far off.
Morning, firefighters still fighting to gain any ground on the multiple fires blazing throughout northern and central California. What is the biggest challenge right now?
The main thing is the weather that we're dealing with 15-mile-an-hour gusts of wind potentially in those steep and rugged terrain areas. That access makes it very difficult.
The series of fires, 22 in just this one complex, a product of nearly 10,000 different lightning strikes over 24 hours. The most destructive of the fires ignited late Tuesday near Yosemite National Park and quickly spread throughout Tuolumne County. The flames fueled by critically dry grass and brush, creating an eerie, smoky haze across the Sierra Nevadas and destroying several structures and forcing evacuations.
It's gone. This is what you have, what's left. And I just don't have the words for it.
In the path of the flames, the small town of Chinese Camp, a historic gold rush town and refuge for Chinese miners driven out of other mining camps in the 19th century. At its height in the mid-1800s, the town housed more than 5,000 residents. Today, the town has a population of just 61 and is designated as a California historic landmark. The Beal family owns the Chinese Camp General Store, the town's gathering spot.
What is it like to see so much of the town destroyed?
I just feel so bad when I see on the news. I just really want to cry.
Images show the history lost, an old post office among several structures destroyed.
When it's such a small town with so much history, you can't really rebuild it.
Yeah, that's all gone. There's not much left of the original Chinese camp now.
Meanwhile, in Washington state, the Rattlesnake Fire burning over 4,000 acres. This, the stunning view from a U.S. Air Force plane dropping retardant over the flames as fire danger continues across the West.
What the Most High says, signs and wonders. Man, this just a build up, man. Deuteronomy got the drop. Let me know what y'all think. What y'all think about this cloud atlas or 3-eye atlas, whatever? This interstellar object, comet, meteor, dragon, what have you. We know what it is. Signs and wonders all day long. When the time comes, the Most High gonna send them. And like I said, you better stay out the way. If the Most High send them, go ahead and move along. We gonna get into it.
And thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of the Lord, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest go in and possess the good land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to cast out all thine enemies from before thee, as the Lord hath spoken. And when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, What mean the testimonies, and the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord our God hath commanded you? Then thou shalt say unto thy son, We were Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt, and the Lord brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. And the Lord showed signs and wonders great and sore upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh, and upon all his household before our eyes. And he brought us out from thence, that he might bring us in to give us the land which he sware unto our fathers. And the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive as it is at this day. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
We've got some fresh images of 3-eye Atlas, a third ever interstellar object observed from Earth, currently racing through our solar system now. Astronomers have captured that moment live, streaming in real time around the globe of them watching all of this. Take a look at this.
Oh.
Everybody.
Oh, nice. Yes, look at that bad boy.
This is a raw image. So this is not even this is just directly from the telescope right now.
You're looking at a piece of what would have become a planet in another star system. This is a building block from somebody else's home.
This is a building block from somebody else's home. I mean, hard not to get stoked about that. Even though it doesn't look like much, it means a lot, and all eyes are on that developing tail. Or maybe it's not a tail, but 3-eye Atlas is moving closer to the sun. There's still so much we don't know. And with the sun's glare taking over, our window to see this interstellar visitor from Earth is closing fast. Meanwhile, Mars is about to get a front row seat coming up on the cosmic calendar, October 3rd. That is when 3-eye Atlas swings by the big red planet and NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. That could give us our best look yet. Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb calls it a blind date with deep space. I gotta to just jump in with the possible size of this thing, like 20 to 40 kilometer diameter. That's massive. That is bigger than, I don't know, like city size, maybe like San Francisco or something. And then you are talking with your astronomer buddies about the possibility that this is a megastructure, like an artificial megastructure. Let's start with like the possible sci-fi of it all.
A rock that big is 1 million times more massive than the previous interstellar objects that we've seen, Oumuamua and Borisov. That is quite unlikely. So either this is actually a dense cloud of dust that somehow did not produce until recently a tail, or this is not a rock. And in that case, maybe it's targeting the inner solar system. We know that the trajectory is very well aligned with the planets, and it will come very close, as you pointed out, to Mars, and later in March 2026 to Jupiter. And so the fundamental question, as far as I'm concerned, is what is the object? How big is it?
While many think it's just a comet, some theorizing a possible alien origin due to a few curious characteristics.
The peculiar thing about it is that it's moving along a trajectory that is very special.
Harvard physicist Avi Loeb has been tracking the object named 3I Atlas.
When it arrives closest to the sun, the Earth would be on the opposite side, and we won't be able to observe it. But that's exactly the time when it could do a maneuver to slow down and visit us. And one wonders whether this trajectory was designed by some extraterrestrial intelligence.
He's also interested in why the object doesn't show the usual signs of a comet, which normally have long, glowing dust trails behind them. But Loeb says Atlas appears to have a slight glow in front of it. So is it a piece of alien technology? Well, it's not exactly a close encounter of the third kind. NASA scientists first spotting 3I Atlas in July, just a tiny speck of light sailing through a sea of stars, a mind-bogglingly rare visitor from outside our solar system.
We're really excited about these objects. So far, we've discovered 3 interstellar objects, so it's a rare opportunity.
Days later, the European Southern Observatory took these high-definition shots showing it traveling a whopping 130,000 miles per hour. It could be 3.5 miles wide, but luckily won't come close to Earth, and not everyone's on board with Loeb's theories. Oxford astronomer Chris Lintott telling Live Science in an email, any suggestion that it's artificial is nonsense on stilts and is an insult to the exciting work going on to understand this object. But Professor Loeb maintains he is keeping an open mind.
As a scientist, I'm guided by evidence, not by opinions of my colleagues, because our imagination is limited by our experience on Earth.
Wow, man. What an amazing time to be alive. We're witnessing this in real time. We're just sitting back, enjoying the show, staying in check, searching for the Melchizedek. Ain't nothing to it. It is what it is. The Most High has positioned us. So what do, man? We stand our ground, follow the laws and commandments of our mother and father above, keep it moving. One day, this will be yours again. Let me know what y'all think, man. Leave a note in the comments. Shabbat Shalom to the home team. Hello. Oh, wow.